Could Nashville end up auctioning off parking meters and other parking spaces to the highest bidder? Good evening, I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Kristen Presall. Tonight, Nashville Mayor Carl Dean confirms it's being considered. He did that after our News Channel 5 Investigates team obtained an internal document that lays out a controversial proposal to privatize the city's parking. Our chief investigative reporter, Phil Williams, has an exclusive copy of that proposal.
Well, Kristen, this is the document. It's labeled confidential, and we discovered it as Metro leaders prepare for what may be a tough budget battle ahead.
This is a $1 billion project. Let's not fool anybody.
Last week, as Metro Council debated whether to build a new convention center,
And I think we're going to have a train wreck of monumental proportions come May.
some members predicted huge budget shortfalls, which is where the city's parking meters and parking lots might become valuable. As Finance Director Rich Riebling emailed the mayor back in November, we might be able to essentially privatize our parking operations and generate significant upfront cash. If we want to possibly get done for upcoming budget, need to move ASAP. Dean's response, let's talk today.
This is something we're just thinking about. We have taken no steps to implement it, no steps to move forward on it.
But in this proposal marked preliminary and confidential, financial giant Morgan Stanley lays out a plan in which private companies might bid for the city's 2,000 parking meters and another 2,000 parking garage spaces, paying the city now and keeping the income from those spaces for years to come.
Given the economic constraints that we are operating under, I think we need to look at any serious proposal that is brought forth.
You know, here we go, looking for ways to come up with cash.
Councilmember Michael Craddock says that while Nashville would get the upfront money now, it would mean the loss of a source of revenue for the future.
Well, I'm not comfortable with giving any city service over to private enterprise. Then how do we control the parking rates? Who sets the parking rates? Who answers to problems?
In Chicago, where Morgan Stanley was involved in a hotly debated $1.5 billion parking deal, there will be gradual meter rate increases over 5 years, according to the document given to Metro. In the case of parking garages, the city does not limit the fees that the concessionaire may charge.
That has helped them a lot through some of their budget issues, but most of the money has been spent relatively quick up front, and the deal was designed for many, many years. And so that gives me pause, too.
And Dean says he's not even sure whether such a deal could get done in time for this year's budget. But can you absolutely rule it out for the next budget cycle?
No, I can't. I mean, I wouldn't rule anything out at this point.
Now, a lot of the details depend upon how those contracts are written. The Morgan Stanley report says that the city might also want to consider putting parking at the new convention center up for sale to the highest bidder.
And Phil, we know that the city started charging recently for parking at meters on Saturdays.
Yeah, and they've also added more meters. So is there a connection with that?
Well, the mayor says no, but this report hints that such measures might make privatization a lot more lucrative for everybody, a lot more money in the system.
All right. Interesting,
Thanks, Phil.
Thanks. Well, if you want to see the confidential report yourself, just go to our website, newschannel5.com, and you can also weigh in on Phil's Facebook page. That's facebook.com/NC5 Phil Williams.